Hello everyone, Paul Rogers here. Today is December the 14th, 2017. We are looking at the Ripple exchange on Poloniex. That's XRP to BTC tokens. Each candle represents 2 hours, and we're looking at the last month. Now, Ripple was something I was recommending a few weeks ago when I did a video about portfolios and building a portfolio. And I've been recommending Ripple for a while, and some of the people I've recommended Ripple to haven't been too happy because they bought Ripple maybe 6 months ago and Ripple was pretty flat in terms of US dollars. It wasn't really going up at all. It was just kind of dead. And I know how Ripple moves. Ripple's a currency that is just flat and no one's thinking about it. And then all of a sudden it just goes boom and just blows up. And if you look at Ripple's history, which we can do right here, we can see what's happening is not unique. So as you can see over here, there was a Ripple pump, then looks like a 50% retracement, then it went more or less parabolic and then leveled off. And then there was another big pump retracing 50%, and then the real pump begins. Now this pattern is going to be repeated here. We've been correcting for a while, and Ripple has cemented itself as a leader in kind of, I would say, institutional-led blockchain, meaning that this is something that is, they've been talking with the banks and central bankers and regulators for a very long time. The banks don't want to come out of all this blockchain stuff as the losers. This is basically their solution to blockchain. So hedge your bets. Don't be all in on Bitcoin and decentralized cryptocurrencies. You need to have some exposure to Ripple because don't underestimate the power of the banking system right now and governments and regulators. Unfortunately, this is just the reality in the world we live in. So everyone's saying, oh wow, there's a pump in Ripple. Yeah, but I don't even think the pump has started yet, really. This is just phase one of the pump. I think Ripple's going to go up. I don't know how much higher it's going to go right now. I think it's going to go to maybe $1, $1.20, and then I'm hoping it actually has a pullback. I'm hoping it pulls back 50% or so before it has its really big pump. If you notice here, when it had its large pump and then retraced, look how long it took. Let's see when this happened. This took a while. This didn't happen in a week or two. This took, I think, it looks like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, in order for it to actually, maybe about, I would say about 3 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, for it to actually go onto this parabolic phase. In this time period, it didn't. It happened actually much quicker. It retraced and then it started shooting up. So what I'm looking for, I own some Ripple and I purchased it before it really started pumping. And I'm looking for it to go and peak out a little bit. And then let's go back to the 1 month. 2 hour, okay. I'm looking for it to peak out a little bit, and then I'm looking for that 50% retracement. Once that 50% retracement happens, I'm hoping it's because of a big Bitcoin run. That would be great. If Bitcoin takes a nice healthy run up to past $20,000, money will be sucked out of the alts, go into Bitcoin, and I'll use that to buy more Ripple and probably some more EOS and possibly some more IOTA, depending on IOTA's price. I think IOTA is a promising disruptive technology, but I want to get in at a better price point. Still, I think it's a little bit overvalued. Yeah. So anyways, let's talk more about Ripple. Ripple is, as I mentioned, I think it's going to head over $1, and it's going to have a pullback. That would be a good spot to get in if you're not already in right now. And where the real question is, let's go back to this daily chart. What are the possibilities? How high can Ripple go? How crazy can this get? That is the $1 million question. As you can see, in its pumps before, it had a big pump. This pump was even bigger. Does that mean that this next pump for Ripple could be even bigger than this last pump? That would just be insane. Insane. I don't even know if that's possible, but if you can speak sometimes things into existence, I believe. If you say something, sometimes things happen. And I remember last time how crazy things were when Ripple was at, what was this? It got to 20,000, or yeah, over 20,000 Satoshi. Right now, it's at 4,000 Satoshi. So we're talking about a very nice increase. In dollar terms, what would that mean? Ripple would be what? Up fivefold. So Ripple going fivefold from its price right now. Let's see its price. Let me update this really quick. 70 cents. Oh geez. So Ripple going fivefold, we're talking about what? That's $3.50. Is that possible? Completely possible. In fact, if this is like the first major pump, second major pump. If the third major pump is even bigger than the last, I mean, we could be looking at Ripple. I mean, if there's some major announcements or something, we could be looking at $10 Ripple. That sounds crazy to even hear, because you say, okay, where does that put Ripple on the coin market cap if it's 10 bucks each? So look at the circulating supply, and then I mean, let's just say Ripple would be ahead of Ethereum and nipping at the heels of Bitcoin. I'm not going to do the math. I mean, if it went times 10, that would pretty much equal Bitcoin's market cap. So we're talking about a movement that would basically make Ripple worth about the same amount as Bitcoin. Actually more, because if Ripple is 70 cents right now and it went times 10, that would be $7 Ripple. So Ripple at $10 would mean it would be a little bit larger than Bitcoin itself. Maybe it depends on the price of Bitcoin, of course, when it happens, but I would imagine maybe 20% bigger market cap than Bitcoin. Like, can that happen? I mean, what kind of hysteria would happen? Would it need for Ripple to actually overtake Bitcoin in market cap? I would imagine it would be the major players in the banking industry saying that it's official and that Swift is a dinosaur and we're going to Ripple. That's it. If that happens and Ripple becomes this gateway for banking and gateway for other things too, the interledger can be used for many different things besides just banking. So yeah, that's what I'd call a best case scenario, is Ripple 10 bucks. What I think is likely is Ripple going to $2 and possibly higher. I think $2 to $3 Ripple is very reasonable from this pump. So yeah, it's just it's crazy even talking about Ripple actually overtaking Bitcoin, but let's be honest, it can happen. So let me do some quick analysis. We're already at 9 minutes. Okay, I'll make this fast. So Bitcoin is still in this nice healthy trend channel. It did touch that point at which I think it would be a good time to buy. Bitcoin could be flat until it hits this support. It would take a week or two for that to happen, for it to actually be kind of sideways and to actually just kind of bump into this support and then head higher. I think Bitcoin will most likely pump before then and at least partially break out of this upward resistance. Ethereum's doing what I thought Ethereum would do, which I think in my last video I literally said I think Ethereum will get to around 750 and then bounce around between 650 and 750. I think that's what I said. If that's the case, it's doing exactly that. So I guess my guess was a very good one. These are all just educated guesses. I mean, you do your best looking at charts, but I mean, it's hard to really know for sure what's going to happen. Dash, I think, is at a good, getting close to probably a decent entry. Not the best entry. The best entry would be if it fell down around low 700s. But it is back in the trend channel, and it's just bouncing around the trend channel too. Litecoin is correcting somewhat, which is it's been kind of, I mean, it just went on a crazy run. I would like to see a 50% retracement in Litecoin before I even consider buying any. And Litecoin pretty much is taking advantage of Bitcoin's horrible network fees and everything else. So if Bitcoin actually gets its act together and gets Lightning Network working well, I see Litecoin suffering. I see everything suffering. I see Dash suffering. That happens too. Of course, Dash is not a one-trick pony like Litecoin is, in my opinion. So I think Dash would hold up a lot better than Litecoin if Bitcoin really gets Lightning Network working properly. Anyhow, that's a little bit of my assessment. I want to finish today's video talking a little bit about, I'm making this into a huge video. I like to keep videos under 5 minutes, but no, we're already at 11 and a half. I'm going to talk 1 second about EOS. EOS is at what, $8 and what is it, $8.15? There it is, right there. Man, I got into EOS under $1, so that's worked out very well for me. And I think when I made my portfolio video, EOS was under $1, or somewhere close to $1 when I made my portfolio video, I believe. If EOS dips, and that could happen because Bitcoin goes on a major run, pick up some EOS. EOS is going to be a very interesting decentralized platform. It's not going to be as decentralized as Ethereum, in my opinion, and some of you may not agree with that comment, but it's going to be running on these nodes, and these nodes are going to facilitate these really fast transfers, or excuse me, these really fast response times, and dealing with transactions of 100,000 transactions per second, stuff that's crazy, stuff that's faster than Visa. That's going to be possible with EOS once it's running. That's just simply not possible with something like Ethereum, because Ethereum's too decentralized, doesn't have these central nodes to do this stuff. So anyhow, y'all have a good day, good Thursday, and hope y'all are making some money, because the market has been booming, and I really think that next year crypto in general is going to hit $3 trillion. We're at $500 billion right now, so I think the whole market's going to go at least ×6. So it's not too late to be in. Anyhow, Paul Rogers out.